We see shadows moving in the mist. We start hearing people yelling and running. Now we know something's going on.
Zone 500 is currently undergoing a code red mass evacuation drill. In order to make the drill feel real, we keep the inmates in the dark as long as possible.
We would have been dead. We would have been dead.
The inmates are restrained with zip ties in order to be able to conduct the transport safely.
I was able to get out of my zip ties pretty quickly. And then a couple of the other guys started getting out of their zip ties. Everybody started celebrating and jumping up and down. With more than half of the inmates having their restraints off, it could have gotten ugly. Definitely the mood was tense where you felt like, okay, I gotta be on edge right now.
What the y'all doing?
With just a few COs that were on the bus, they could definitely lose control of us.
When we're on the bus, before they take us off, the guy from the DART team comes in. He's like, listen, he's like, any of you that slipped your cuffs, if we see your hands in front of you, we got the okay, we got the green light to shoot you with the rubber bullets. And this guy was serious, man.
As you were coming off the bus, they grabbed everybody's zip ties and I mean, cinched them down.
He tightened it up tight, and I instantly felt it. Like, it wasn't even a whole 3 seconds. So I told somebody, I said, look, I said, my circulator's getting cut off, you know? And they were just like, well, ain't nothing I can do, go in there and sit down.
They had seen everybody that had taken them off.
It's not tight, it's not tight.
And they said, okay, we're gonna show you. We're gonna show you.
See how they treat us when we in jail? They treat us like so that's why we act how the way we act in. We slaves. Real, man. Look at your finger. Look at your finger. Damn, man. Hurts, man.
Everybody was just in pain. The handcuffs, you got some space in between your wrists. Flex cuffs got you like this. So behind your back, your forearms are pinned together, you know? There's no way to sit, no way to stand, you're losing circulation.
Hey, man, my arm purple, man.
His thumb swelling up.
You ain't giving me no respect, though. I'm sitting here telling you my arm turning purple to my old 30 long floor. I ain't gonna be locked up forever. How that's a threat? You don't give me no respect, so you don't get no respect.
Gentlemen, let's go. Let's go. Take it straight down the line. Straight down the line. Gentlemen, let's go.
My whole arm purple, man.
All the way in.
All the way back. All the way back.
Look what they did to my roommate. He's black as hell, his hand purple.
The cuffs are too tight. And the tool that they have to use to take the cuffs off, it slides in between the cuff and your wrist. So now they gotta force this tool in between somebody's wrist and this plastic cuff, which it's heavy duty plastic, you know? So the plastic ain't given, your skin is.
Oh, hell, I can't even get in there. Yeah, they are that tight.
I felt like I was gonna throw up, or my circulation been cut off with all that. It just, tubes were bleeding. It showed you how tight it was.
Come on.
Next time my feet putting on the show. We putting on the show. Ain't nobody putting on no show.
Your health be on the line in jail, like more than one way. I mean, they had a lot of people bleeding.
I'm not worried about the pain of getting cut. And I'm not worried about a little bit of loss of blood in a little tiny wound that I know is gonna heal. I'm worried about who got cut before me.
Son, that's what I'm saying.
And get what I done did then, wait till you go to sleep, like everything cool. And put back on the side of your pillow where I know your face gonna land at, like when you roll over.
That's what I would have did then. Guess what I would have did?
Man, imagine you roll over.
Guess what I would have did then?
Bernard is a charismatic character. When he's talking to the other guys, I can hear him, you know, boasting a little bit. But as far as I can tell, he's been pretty real with me.
Let you say somebody snitched on you, man.
Yeah,
And that's why you locked up.
possible.
That's what I'm gonna do.
What?
I'm gonna hit their ass with that tummy. And I ain't talking about hell figure. Mac got a good vibe, and I keep a good vibe. So it's like chemistry, you know what I'm saying? Like LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. We can't never lose. And it look like guacamole a little.
It's good, right?
Man, we just kicking it. We play cards, we eat, you know what I'm saying? And I could do my time like that.
What'd you drop? A piece of some stuff?
You know, I just bought some.
Yeah.
So Bernard has a joint. He tells me that he's got it, and I'm like, great. The only guy with the drugs gets put in my cell. And who am I? I'm the guy that's in there for growing weed. And I was like, great.
Yeah, I had asked around, but
Yeah, he asked around there.
we'll be stoned.
Yeah, for real.
Me and you will be stoned. All them.
Yeah.
We'll be stoned.
The only guy in the whole friggin' dorm that got some marijuana, and he gets put in my cell. And then I'm thinking, not gonna get a lighter.
A dude, right, he's the oily. I begged him, what you want to eat? I know you hungry.
Nah, I would never pretend to know anything.
I was like, whatever, you know, it's not gonna happen. So I fall asleep in my rack. At that point, it had to be like 3 in the morning.
You ready, man? Yeah. You ready to smoke?
The way to get fire in jail is you make a wick. You wrap up the toilet paper real tight, you tie a knot in it, and it's like a candle. The trustee will come up with the lighter, and he'll light the wick under the door. Now you have an ongoing flame.
What is it?
You ready to smoke? Put your hands on me.
We don't want you going in there playing the inmate games. You violate those jail rules, chances are you're gonna be placed in lockdown. And at that point, after you get out of lockdown, you're through with the program.
I'm gonna say something.
It's like my worst nightmare in this place. And now I gotta start thinking, am I gonna smoke it? Am I gonna go against my word that I wasn't gonna do anything to jeopardize my leaving at the right time? What I did not need is to be in a room with the colonel and him going, Matt.
I got you, bro. Come on, talk.
Once I jumped out of my rack, I knew I was gonna do it. I'm gonna make sure that we don't get caught. I knew we had to block up the doorway. I knew we had to pump the toilet. Take the bed mat, put it on top of the toilet, and push all the water out of it. So the trap is exposed to just the drain pipe. And it creates negative pressure, and you smoke out the toilet.
I know it's like, damn, he's smoking in the toilet, but that's the only way we'll do it without getting caught.
So we had to start flushing the toilet as we're smoking. So now picture 2 adults with their faces in the toilet, and I'm continuously flushing the toilet. And it's one of those situations where you don't want to think about it because you might disgust yourself. I know the place has to smell, using what we use for air freshener, the soap sock. crush up soap in the sock and bang it on the walls. You gotta do it quick, because they're walking around every 15 minutes, every half hour, and that's not a lot of time, you know?
I was stoned, like I was.
It's like it came to me. That joint traveled to me from somebody's ass crack into my cell. What are the odds of that? It's like lightning striking. I had to do it.
Man, look at me, man. Just cooling all right.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm trying to stay up till I enjoy it.
I know, right? CERT team comes in here, 10 deep.
Of course, I'm thinking about getting caught, you know? It smells.
Whoa, 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 guys. If it's in here, it's not our fault. We've been in here for both of us basically a month, so we didn't grow that under the toilet.
It's so bad.
Bird didn't drop it off.
Birds.
But, you know, we're pretty stoned. Maybe there's a little bit of paranoia.
Just think, if we were in prison back in like the, 1300s, you could be, me and you could be sitting in the cell, and a little dump rolls up with a paper attached to its leg, and I'm like, oh, shh, don't say anything. But it's a joint.
I love you, bro. What's going on in Bible? It's Bible.
Good afternoon, everybody. Look, we get ready to do uniforms, okay? Okay. Oh, everybody has to thank us.
Guess what? Little pigs I gave fed. Yeah. How about them all infested with eggs? What?
Since I've been in here, the CO side of me just been screaming on the inside.
Those million eggs at, oh my God. Oh, waistband. And that crab egg.
There's like so much wrong that could easily be fixed if somebody was honest and pointed it out.
Close it up.
Serious, please, look. They have bugs in it and I can't put it on. I don't want to hear it. My uniform is not here.
You have officers here, I don't know if they're overworked or undermotivated. Somebody needs to redirect all these officers here.
Get your stuff up out the floor. It's so fluid. It stank.
It was really nasty because I knew it came from a toilet.
Ew.
When I see people walking through the toilet water, I was like, ooh, bacteria is real, E. coli is real.
It's just coming in here.
Ma'am? We was hitting the buzzer like, it's flooding in here, and they was like, okay, we can't help you right now.
It's out there now.
They treat us like animals. The officers have no presence. They don't know what's going on, and if they do know what's going on, they don't care.
I'm so angry right now. It was just water everywhere, like we were in a sewer.
It's worse on the other side.
Damn, that is worse on here too.
The whole thing is just nerve-wracking. I'm just ready to go.
Hey, dog. We need y'all to get y'all blankets.
The inmates have to clean it up. These officers here don't look like they get their hands dirty at all.
It's dripping down to here, but...
Yeah, the lady upstairs.
Oh.
Initially, I was thinking that it came from iPod, and then a trustee said it came from another pod. There was an inmate that stuck a blanket in the toilet and just kept flushing it and flushing it and flushing it. It smells like sewage. It's disgusting. I'm just right here.
Happens. Literally. This is a raggedy ass jail, America. Do you see this? Water.
They keep pushing the water into the drains and putting down blankets. This is sewer water. Then they'll take the blankets and wash them and then give them to us to lay under. Yeah. It's ridiculous. This is crazy.
The blankets are still on the floor.
That's just soak up until I come back with the mop.
Okay.
Thank you.
Behind our door is a toilet water blanket. Upstairs is toilet water blankets. And it's okay.
Turn off their damn toilet so they can't.
Let's go, ladies, let's go!
Watch the wall, just watch the floor.
These are flip-flops. There's no traction here. People were slipping everywhere. You know, that's a major hazard.
Hold on each other,
So we were told, hold on to the wall or hold each other.
everybody gonna hold on to me.
How about get another trustee in here to clean this up so that we don't fall or hurt ourselves? How about put some bleach on this stuff so that nothing is airborne? I mean, it could potentially be some harm to someone. How about they get the COs to come in and help us because they've been nowhere during this whole nightmare? It's like they don't care, like, at all.
You want something? Good. I can go to sleep. What the hell you, man? Sugar, man. Can't go to sleep. That's good. This is the
My cellmate, he's the real as they come, you know what I'm saying? He's street smart, he book smart. He a funny dude too. We be in there laughing. Sometimes we be laughing all night. Sometimes we don't even go to sleep.
this red velvet cupcakes. Talking about. Don't eat it fast. I'm gonna enjoy the softness, like bite it. Like.
You told me to eat it, now you don't want me to fast. You know that's what I do with you.
Let it melt in your mouth, man. It's red velvet cupcake. Why you just read it? I ain't bit the whole time. Hell no.
I am constantly with other people. I want to be left alone and not have to deal with whatever it is he's fired up about. There's really no downtime in here.
Nasty roommate though.
He's nasty. He doesn't flush the toilet. He doesn't wipe the toilet when he uses the bathroom. He spits in the sink. He's just nasty.
Hey man, I ain't going for it, man. Whenever you piss, you got to wipe the toilet. Because if you do that around certain, they snap. You know what I'm saying? All right. Because that's really some.
O'Neal, he does know the system very well. and he likes to set me straight a lot, and I have to just sit there and kind of take it.
You always gotta wipe that toilet, bro. It don't, even if you piss on it or not, you know what I'm saying? It don't even matter. Well, I appreciate you telling me that.
I've been in a cell by myself. So a couple guys came in here today. I was like, oh, I must be getting a new cellmate. Anytime you see new guys coming here, you're like, oh, you new guy. I wonder how he is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, John.
So this new guy moves into the pod, and I was staying back and kind of keeping to myself and my normal people as usual.
Yeah. You was in the Army? Yeah. Where are you stationed at? So every time you were in the Army, you did like 20 years and stuff like that? 16. Yeah. What was your rank? Were you enlisted? Yeah, second, first class.
My military service is literally everything to me. It's what makes me who I am today.
You got felonies on your record now? This is the first time I've ever been in jail. Is it really? Great second.
So we started chatting. We were telling some stories, and I mean, there's been multiple times I've almost slipped up and said my real name. And so luckily I caught myself this time, but I was like, I said, yeah, blah, blah. And then he said, Sergeant Thomas, you need to get over here. So I was like, oh, what did I, you know, I'm trying to think, okay, what did I, in my mind, I'm like, what did I screw up? Shows me his armband, he's like, I'm John Thomas too. Oh, okay. That'll make things really interesting.
You may start the conversation now.
Hello.
Hi, honey.
I did something really weird.
What?
We got a new white guy in here last night. He comes up to me, he's like, I heard you're in the Army. I was in the Army too. We started talking and everything. Blah, blah, blah. Guess what his name is? Jonathan Thomas.
So weird.
He's even got a tattoo on his right arm like I do. Yeah,
oh, well, he's the one that I gave him money.
So my wife was going to put money on my books, and she said she did. And I'm like, no, you didn't. I mean, I don't have it.
Oh, that's who you gave it to?
Yeah.
Hey, come here. Oh, when I put you on the phone, I want you to say thank you. Hey? Thank you.
You're welcome.
She put $50 on your book instead of mine. My wife put $50 on your book instead of mine. Did you get a little gift deposit? Yeah, that's where the extra 50 came from.
I damn sure used it.
Yeah, so I just could like call them and
What is funny?
The last thing I need is for that to be broadcast that I let it $50 go. I mean, I really like a punk then, and so I want to keep that as on the down low as possible.
All doors open. You got medication? Easy money. You got medication?
Who's out though, the bottom or the top? All of them. Oh, all of them, okay.
5 and 600, they're all out.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's easy to open all the doors and let them come on.
No, we good. I'm done. Because I'm not waiting for nobody.
Thomas.
First name? Please don't wait till I'm about to document you as not needing it. Let me see your armband.
until I went to get my medication, and guess what? She'd already given my medication. And I'm like, oh, well, there's two of us. I'm not sure exactly how it happened, but he showed his wristband, said he was John Thomas. He got my medication. I think John Thomas is about John Thomas.
I've lost 25 pounds since I've been in here this time.
25?
Yeah. No food, man. Like,
There's no food in 100?
dude, you get just the smallest portion. We get fed damn good in here, dude. And
Well, here, I mean, here you be eating.
yeah, you be eating good in here. Like, you get the double trays and everything. If these could hear us right now, I would tell.
Can hear you.
Can it really?
Right now, cuz. Turn the lights off. You can hear them.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm thinking it got like infrared.
It's got infrared on it.
You ever play Call of Duty?
Dude,
At nighttime, you turn to the lights.
I lived it.
Okay, yeah. You was Army?
I was Army.
Oh, yeah, in the Army?
Third Reich Battalion. Yeah.
Did you go overseas?
Yes, I did.
Iraq?
I went to Afghanistan. Over there.
Afghanistan?
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, let's see. I lost my leg. I got shot 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. Other than that, it was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie.
John is my roommate, and I don't really trust nobody in jail, but if it's your cellmate, you pretty much ain't got no choice.
I'm a war junkie. I'll be the first to admit I do have PTSD. You might even get into a conversation with me one day, and if I start zoning off or bleeding off into space, it's no sign of disrespect. Just pay no attention. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Once you start talking, I was like, oh, this dude ain't bad, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not hard ass. I don't claim to be on one sheet. I'm gonna tell you right now. I didn't go to Ranger school. I didn't do 4 combat deployments and not learn thing. Trust me, I would the world up.
And then he's like, man, guys better not mess me up here, man. I'm telling you, I'm crazy. He's like, man, I gotta fight, man. I'm telling you, I'll do this to you. I'll put you in the chokehold, do this karate move to you, blah, blah, blah.
Only problem is, I bought on my store. I have $90 store there. Whenever they decide to give it back to me after that fight, they get into.
You got $9 store?
Yeah, a big store.
You got a lot of
They're in a big store. You really think I want to eat this on this head? It's gross as
I eat it when I'm hungry, but I don't want to eat that.
That's the thing, man. I don't have a store.
You like peanut butter?
Hell yeah.
You in love, though. You in love.
Really? Oh, man. Are you serious?
On strength.
I appreciate that, bro.
Sunday night. What did she say? Nothing really, because I know my mama, she not gonna try to like place no judgment on me because she know I'm already hard on myself.
Chocolate is in here for, she has drug habits.
You see people here treat this place like a summer camp, like they so content.
But it's
they don't keep that way back. If I get out, oh well. If I don't get out, oh well. I can't do that.
Over the years, she has had a drug habit and she stopped. She got clean for a while, and then when her brother passed away, she picked the habit back up and it hasn't stopped.
I can't make the best of this shit.
My granddad used to do the same drug, and all it took was him wanting to change and, had the support system behind him. When you have those two things working for you, you're good.
When you get out, I'm gonna keep in contact with you because I want to make sure you stay on the right track. Trust me. I can't take it. What's right?
I already miss my daughter so very much.
You showing up for me? I ain't give you no Seroquel milk, babe. I'm sorry.
And here I cannot do what I want to do. I can't go out to eat. I can't go to the movies with my daughter. I can't go to the mall with my daughter. I can't just be with my daughter.
Drink some. Drink that, Michelle. She's talking about that's for me. I hate her when she like that. Something going on. Yeah, 4 braids did in the back of that head. That's it's fine. Ooh, no, sorry, girl.
The prescription med abuse here at the women's facility is completely out of control, and it's something that we have to take care of immediately.
Girl, I'll be a bartender when I get out of here.
We're going to have to do another raid and see what we can uncover.
We're going to pull them out like a regular head count. While they're out with their backs on the walls, we're going to do a full inspection of the rooms. And we'll do the full search.
Men on deck, ladies, let's go. How you doing?
I need everybody up, uniforms on. Everybody up, uniforms on.
I'm scared of who I've become because I'm not this person. Just some of the things that I've said or I've done. And it's probably me being paranoid, but I feel like I've had to do that to fit in.
These are pills right here.
People really do sell the real stuff. They're gonna put the pills in their mouth, they're gonna spit it back in the cup, they're gonna bring it back in the pot, and they're gonna sell them.
And it's pat you at the bottom. Put your right shoulder on the wall.
They told us to line up by our doors because lunch was here. But really, a whole bunch of men walked in. Basically, we got shook down, the whole pie. They found drugs in one of the cells.
So it wasn't a bad decision.
No.
My heart was in my toes. I don't want to get in trouble. I can't have charges. I'm ready to go. Just to make that clear, I'm ready to go.
Backs on the wall, backs on the wall, backs on the wall.
Hey ladies, we found some medication does not belong in some of the rooms where it was. You all probably already know this, that consuming someone else's medication could result in a possible overdose for you, even death.
I only took like something a couple of times, but I've had to do that because if not, I feel like they're gonna look at me and be like, maybe she really is a cop. She never talks about like doing drugs. We all do drugs.
Y'all can take it in, ladies.
There's been a lot of times in the past few days I'm like, I'm done with this. I'm so done.
Close the door, close the door.